for you and your sons, and shall pour out in all those vessels, and thou shalt set aside that which she went from her, and shut the door from her and her sons, and brought the vessels to her, and she poured out. And it came to pass, when the vessels were full, that she said to her son, Bring me yet a vessel. And he said to her, There's not a vessel more. And the oil did what? Stop. The miracle stopped. Watch this. Then she came and told the man of God, and he said, Go sell the oil, pay that, and with you and your children. What did she do to get that money? What is she doing? When you get into this thing, why no miracles? Because we have not obeyed God. That's why you're saying now. We're busy trying to reason out what God said. Now, why would He want me against the vessels? I know, I ain't got one of them all. That don't make no sense when I look at it. Y'all listen to me, listen, that don't make no sense. You know, well, you sit in the middle. And let me tell you, all I did was obey God. That is the truth. I didn't know what was going to happen. And I read everything I was supposed to read to the man and said, I didn't know what was going to happen. He said, You read Romans chapter 13, verse 1 to 7, to the end. And you did. What did I do? The next step. What did it do? It's when you got some kind of inferiority complex when you try to strike back. But when you know who you are and whose you are and what you represent, can't nobody stop you. Come on. Can't no witchcraft even work against you. How y'all doing? A season for miracles. We don't have to be, I saw what happened in 1 Kings chapter 18. Prophet God was at 400 prophets in Jezebel's team. That ate at Jezebel's team. That means they're being nourished by the devil. Give you a little piece of land. And for that, you're going to vote for me. The Lord. What happened? He said, let's see whose God is really God. He gave him first shot. They danced around this thing all day, called up their God. We even start beating themselves. Sometimes people think that they yell loud enough. Here's what the prophet said. He must be on vacation. Oh, I'm telling you, we're about to distinguish the church. We're about to make it so that everybody will want to be a Christian. Next thing you know, everybody stops. He said, I'm going to call fire down, but make sure I want you to see it not trip. I want you to pour oil on this thing. Watch this. That's not enough. Pour some more. Watch this. That's still not enough. this miracle, ain't no way you're going to say that this is some kind of hoodoo or you do. This is going to be God. So, thou, Lord God, show them that I've done all of this according to your word. And the fire fell. Folks, we about to have a face-off. You've had it coming in. You know, cult movies are more than they've hardly ever been before. At the same time, God is letting his people put up other movies, you know, like The Matrix and you know, things that have good theme to them. I saw this thing of what's his name? Tom Cruise. What's the name of that? Minority Report. I remember saying, now I ain't trying to get you to go to movies over camera, over home, over internet. I'm not trying to get you to go to movies. I'm just citing something. I'm saying, and he talked about these precogs. They knew what was going to happen before it happened. I'm telling you, you going into a place where you won't know what's going to happen before it happens. But I'm saying there's a face-off coming here. And I like the movie called Superman. Glory to God. That's the one I like right there. Because, you know, he can jump over buildings with a single bound. He's stronger than a locomotive. He can, Lord, he's faster, come on, than a speeder. Come on, y'all know what I'm talking about. Oh, we coming into our season of the supernatural. Last place. Let's look at this. Oh, yeah! I said, oh, yeah! Basically two kinds of miracles. One kind is a miracle for you or to you. The second kind, just about writing yourself, is a miracle through you and through you. Let me just say it like that. The first one is a miracle for you. The second one is a miracle through you. And let's just get the difference. In Exodus chapter 16, when they came out of Egypt into the wilderness, notice, they cried all the time, they murmured, they complained, and God would use Moses to strike a rock, or use Moses to pray, and manna would come, so forth and so on.
latest series, The Supernatural Church, Volume 1. To order on CD or DVD, by Bangkok and 1-800-711-9327 or online at BillHinston.org.
You know, the supernatural is something that God is going to use in the last days to not only distinguish the church. The supernatural miracle can be a winner. Because, I mean, people are looking at that's why you see a lot of people get alone. People come to God and God. There's something more. So I'm saying the church will manifest things in the world. Every person. Hey, you know, I'm just going to wait to say we love you. Until next time, keep rocking.
Chase, researching, scrolling through reviews, or wandering aisles. With thousands of amazing products at Best Buy, you can chase that thrill for a long time. Or, with our help, skip to the really fun part, bringing it home ASAP. Best Buy, let's talk about what's possible.
Presenting Faith for the Supernatural in the 2014 International Faith Conference, September 7th through the 12th at Living Room Christian Center. Don't miss 6-hour packed nights of faith building, teaching, and preaching of the Word of God with anointed praise and worship that will help activate the faith in you. Speakers include Dr. Jesse Duplantis, Bishop Tudor Bixwa, Pastor Cash Luna, Dr. Brett O'Donnell, Kenneth Bogan,
Allah Akbar. Allah Akbar. Allah Akbar. Oh, merciful Allah, I thank you for being God. I thank you for life. I thank you for limbs that work. I thank you for a heart that pumps blood. I thank you for a mind that can absorb your love. I thank you for eyes can see, ears can hear, nose can smell. I thank you for healing my body from aches and pains and sickness and disease. I thank you for all things. Oh, merciful Allah, you gave me in a vision and a dream to catch the bus. Don't walk. Don't ride the bike. Catch the bus. I need for guidance in that. I have to measure spirit with the spirit. I'm working on business. I'm almost finished trucking. I'm about to go into freight broker. Then I'm going to go into the miscellaneous, the cars and the yacht. I need your guidance, Allah. Thank you. Oh, merciful Allah. Thank you for my daughter. Thank you for my wife. Thank you for my father. Thank you for my mother. Thank you for my cousin. Thank you for my aunts. Thank you for my grandma, my grandfather, my uncles, friends. Thank you for things you took out of my life. And thank you for the things you put in my life. I thank you for the spirit to move on. I thank you for your spirit, your loving spirit. I thank you for accepting my marriage and showing me how to be a good husband, how to be a good father, how to be a good businessman. I thank you. You said whatever I believe in, I can be. I want to be your son. I want to be your son. I want to hear you say, well done, my son. I want to hear these things, Lord. I want to be able to touch my wife and make her feel the spirit of inside of me that you give me, I want to give to her. I want to feel the love that you give me, I want to give to my kids. When I touch my kids, when I hold my kids' hands, when I hug my kids, I want them to feel you, Lord. Give me your love. Need your guidance. Oh boy, need your guidance. The Israelites. So when of the two first warning came to pass, we raised against you our servants, almighty, powerless, so they made havoc in your houses. And it was an accomplished threat. Then we gave you back the turn against them, and aided you with wealth and children, and made you a numerous band. If you do good, you do good for your own soul. And if you do evil, you do it for them. So when the second warning came, we raised another people, that we may bring you to grief, and that might enter the mosque. As they enter it the first time, that they might destroy whatever they conquered with utter destruction. It may be that your Lord will give mercy on you, and if you return to mischief, we will return to punishment. And we have made hell a prison for the disbelievers. Surely this Quran guides to that which is most upright, and give good news to the believers who do good, that there is a great reward, and that those who believe not in the hereafter, we have prepared for them a spiritual chastisement. And man prays for evil as he ought to pray for good, and man is ever hasty. And we make the night and the days two signs then. We have made the sign of the night to pass away, and we have made the sign of the day manifest, so that you may seek grace from your Lord, and that you may know the numbering of years and the reckoning. And we have explained everything with distances. Relates destruction of the temple at Jerusalem and the murder imprisonment for banishing of the Jews by the Babylonians in the year 588 before Christ, while relates to the return of the Jews and rebuilding of the temple under Zebach and to their subsequent prosperity. This is the turn of the fortune spoken of here. This verse describes the destruction of the temple a second time, which was accomplished by the Roman under Titus. The personal pronominals refer in all cases to the enemy, whoever he might be, and by no means indicated that the same enemy who first destroyed the temple would do so on a second occasion. In the history of the Israelites, there is a prophetical reference to the history of the Muslims. The caliphate of Islam was destroyed twice, first by the Monogamians and the Hooligans in 656, I don't know what AH stands for, and 1258 after death. And again, the powers of Europe recently, while in the case of the Israelites, there and again by the powers of Europe, and their very temple, their spiritual center was laid waste on both occasions. The spiritual center of Islam, the Kaaba, has remained intact on both occasions under a divine promise. Through Muslim temporal rule suffered a severe reverse. The Jews was ruined by their temporally and spiritual, but the Muslim suffering has affected only the temporal aspects. As a matter of fact, in both great reverses in Muslim history, Islam has spiritually gained a conquest. The destruction of the Caliphate in 1258 was followed by the Mongols and the Turks coming over to Islam, and the present day affections of Islam are giving birth to a spiritual resurrection of the world with Islam in the forefront. Along with the spiritual resurrection of Islam, however, on both occasions, there has been a revival in temporary power as well. This relates to the advent. Let me move this over. This relates to the advent of the Holy Prophet Muhammad. When the Israelites were again given a chance to reform, but they are told that if they return to mischief, they will again be punished. When the Holy Prophet came to Medina, the Jews were at first in a conciliatory mode, but their enemy increased day by day until they joined hands with the enemies of Islam, devastating plans to take his very life. The result was that they were swept out of Arabia, while their lot in other countries of the world has always been one of hard trials and severe afflictions. and spiritually, the Jews' religion has no future. The night stands for the darkness of ignorance and unbelief. See 2:5-7a. And the passing away of the night indicates that ignorance will vanish and the light of Islam will take its place. Arabia witnessed this sign 1,300 years ago, and Islam has since been gradually advancing in the world. And now there are clear indications that the day is not distant when the sun of Islam will shine forth in its full resplandence over the world, over the whole world. Some understand that by the two signs of the night and the day are meant the moon and the sun. And the passing away of the sign of the night indicates the moon does not possess original light. Okay? You said, go back. If you do good for your own soul. Wait, let's see. Okay, 6. Then we gave you back the turn against them and aided you with wealth and children and made you a numerous band. So when the first warning came to pass, we raised against you our servants of mighty power of prowess, so they made havoc in your houses, and it was a accomplished threat. Then we gave back the turn against them and aided you with wealth and children and made you a numerous band. All right, let me plug my iron up, get ready to iron my clothes, and get ready to go. 7:46. Let me send this, okay? Thank you, Allah. Most gracious.